Join me as I take on the challenge of finding a balance between my faith and my job in today's secular world. Navigating faith and work in a secular environment is a topic that's more relevant today than ever, as we strive to make a living and make a difference in the world. Many of us struggle to reconcile our spiritual beliefs with our professional lives. One of the biggest challenges we face is peer pressure. When our colleagues and peers don't share our values, it can be tough to stand up for what we believe in. We may fear being judged, ostracized, or even discriminated against. And yet, as people of faith, we're called to be salt and light in the world, to bring hope and inspiration to those around us. Another struggle is the ethical dilemmas we encounter on the job. We may be asked to do something that goes against our conscience or to compromise our values in order to advance our careers. In those moments, we're forced to choose between our faith and our professional ambitions. It's a tough spot to be in, but it's precisely in those moments that our character is shaped and our faith is tested. Then there are the internal doubts and fears that can creep in. We may wonder if we're good enough or if our faith is genuine. We may feel like we're living a double life, one foot in the world of faith and the other in the world of work. It's a feeling of dissonance, of being torn between two opposing identities. But here's the thing, our faith is not just a personal preference or a hobby. It's a fundamental part of who we are, and it has the power to transform our workplaces and our communities. So how do we maintain our faith at work? One key strategy is to set clear boundaries. This means being intentional about what we're comfortable with and what we're not, and being firm but gracious in communicating those boundaries to our colleagues and employers. It's not about being confrontational or divisive. It's about being authentic and true to ourselves. Another strategy is to find supportive communities, either within our workplaces or outside of them. When we surround ourselves with like-minded individuals who share our values and our passions, we're more likely to stay encouraged and motivated. We can support each other, pray for each other, and celebrate each other's victories. Ultimately, our faith is not just about what we believe, it's about how we live out those beliefs in our daily lives. When we demonstrate our values through our actions, we become beacons of hope and inspiration to those around us. We show that faith and work are not mutually exclusive, but complementary and intertwined. I'll never forget the time when I faced a major crisis of faith at work. I was working in a high-pressure job, and I felt like I was being pulled in a million different directions. I was exhausted, burned out, and ready to give up. But then something inside of me clicked. I realized that my faith wasn't just a personal preference. It was a source of strength and courage. It was a reminder that I wasn't alone, that I had a God who cared for me and wanted to use me for good. From that moment on, everything changed. I began to see my work as a calling, as a way to serve others and make a difference in the world. I started to prioritize my faith, to make time for prayer and reflection, and to seek out mentors and role models who could guide me on my journey. And you know what? It worked. I started to experience a sense of peace, a sense of purpose, and a sense of fulfillment that I'd never known before. So, what's the takeaway from all of this? It's that faith and work are not mutually exclusive. We don't have to choose between our spiritual beliefs and our professional ambitions. Instead, we can integrate them, allowing our faith to inform and transform our work. Before we go, I want to invite you to share your own experiences in the comments below. How do you navigate faith and work in your own life? What challenges have you faced and how have you overcome them? Let's continue the conversation and support each other on this journey of integrating our faith and our work. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to check out my other videos on related topics.